The Wolf Brothers of Odin Prime have taken an indirect path back to Draconis 5. After being accused of treason, they successfully returned to clear their name in a trial by combat. A forward operating base was established and reinforcements from Odin Prime arrived. Today, they will be tested as a patrol force has come under attack from the robot legions in the area. A quick look at the Season 1 table shows the Wolf Brothers at 2-1, while the robot legions are at 1-2. We'll be playing just shy of 1,300 points today as we continue to grow our forces. The Wolf Brothers are led by Prime Master with an Energy Hammer upgrade. He is attached to a Wolf Assault Squad. An additional Wolf Assault Squad is with them with Plasma Pistol and Energy Fist upgrade. Scouting ahead are a group of Wolf Riders with 3 Energy Hammers and Combat Shields. A Wolf Attack Walker is also with the group, providing heavy support. The Robot Legions are led by a Tri-Scorpion Lord. He is attached to the group of Tri-Scorpions. One has a heavy Reaper Blade. 2 squads of warriors form the center, while hoverbikes and robot snakes provide support. The robot snakes have whip coils, and one of them has a twin atom caster. For the mission, there will be a total of 3 objectives on the board. Both sides will be fighting for control of these objectives. If objectives are seized, they count as being seized unless an enemy unit takes over. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And opening up turn 1, the Robot Legions with the initiative. We're going to see this group of warriors. They are going to charge forward. They are slow, so only move in 8 inches. We then have a rush being played by the Wolf Assault Squad, one of them with the leader moving up the center. Robot Snakes then charge forward, moving 12 inches. They do have the Strider ability, so ignoring terrain. The Wolf Brothers then send another assault squad with a rush maneuver up the center of the board. Back to the Robot Legions, we have more warriors. They are executing a rush maneuver coming up behind these robot snakes. Wolf Riders then execute a rush maneuver. They can move up to 16 inches as they are fast. They also have Strider, so they're not going to be hindered by the terrain. We've then got Tri-Scorpions along with the Lord that are going to execute a rush maneuver as well as they move up the center of the board 12 inches. The Attack Walker executes a rush maneuver as well. And back to the Robot Legions, the hoverbikes are going to move forward with a rush maneuver. They are fast, so again, getting to move up to 16 inches, and they can also ignore terrain. And turn 1 comes to a close as both armies are surging forward, looking to potentially capture some objectives on turn 2, coming up next. Turn 2 action will start off back with the Wolf Brothers as they did end their activations first. And we've got this assault squad. They are using a rush maneuver, getting onto the objective. They're not going to be able to shoot as they are doing a rush, but they will get into cover and start to seize this objective. Warriors from the Robot Legion are going to move forward as well, just with a regular advance order, moving at 4 inches. And they are going to open up with these Gauss rifles. These Gauss rifles have a 24-inch range. Only a handful of these guys will be in range to take shots. They will take 3 in total, and they're going to be lining up shots at those Wolf Riders. They are in cover, so that is going to make it a 4 to hit, and they also have shield wall, making that a 5. Only 1 shot will hit. And rolling to block with a defensive 3, that is good. We flip back over to the Wolf Brothers, where we have another assault squad. They are executing a rush maneuver, moving up to the objective. We then flip back to the Robot Legion, where they have some warriors moving up the left flank 4 inches, and they're going to bring their Gauss rifles to bear on that assault squad that just moved up. 5 shots will be cracking off here. They're not going to receive any kind of cover, so they will be hitting on their quality, which is 3. And that is going to be all but 1, so 4 go through. That 6 will be rending, which kicks off AP minus 4. These first 3 are just going to be on their defense of 2, and 1 will go down. That 6 is a rend, it's AP minus 4, makes their defense a 6. And that is going to fail as well, 2 of them cut down. No morale test needs to be taken here. We've got the attack walker as it moves into position, and it is going to rattle off shots with a Gatling cannon. It will be targeting these Tri-Scorpions that are moving up the center of the board. With a 24-inch range, a total of 12 shots come out, and hitting on its quality, which is 3. It's a total of 10 hits on the Tri-Scorpions. There's no special rules that apply here, so just their straight defense, which is a 3 as well. 10 saves coming out. There's a total of 4 fails, so that's 4 wounds that go through. We're going to roll up for regen here on a 5-up. These wounds will be ignored. So 4 regens being taken to see if any of these are blocked, and it looks like only 2 wounds will go through. That puts 2 wounds on one of the Tri-Scorpions. Back on the Robot Legion's right flank, the Hoverbikes execute a rush maneuver, getting to neutralize this objective. They will not be able to shoot, however. The Wolf Brothers send their Wolf Riders forward with a rush maneuver to occupy this center objective. And then we flip back to the Robot Legions, where they send the Robot Snakes forward with a rush maneuver as well, contesting this objective. Final move belongs to the Robot Legions, and we've got these Tri-Scorpions as they are going to execute a rush maneuver as well, getting to Objective 1. And that brings us to the end of the second turn. The Robot Legions are going to score a point for occupying Objective 1. You have to be 3 inches from the center. And that brings our score to 1-0, and the Wolf Brothers will get the priority moving to turn 3. And opening up turn 3, the Wolf Riders are going to charge into the Robot Snakes, and they have Heavy Claws, which gets 3 attacks and AP 1. They also have 3 Energy Hammers, which are 1 attack each with the Blast special rule. First off, we're going to lead off with the Heavy Claws. It'll be 9 attacks in total, hitting on their quality, which is 3. So Knight and Dice coming out looking for 3s, and it looks like all but 1 are going to hit. That's going to be 8 in total. AP minus 1, it takes their defense of 4 to a 5. So Robot Legions rolling up saves here, looking for 5s. And it is a fantastic roll. That is 5 successes, so only 3 of these are going to go unblocked. He's then going to get 5-up regen rolls, and only 2 wounds in total, so one of those Robot Snakes goes down to 1 wound. 3 Energy Hammers swing next, again on their quality of 3, and 2 hits, and then these are Blast 3, so each of these hits turn into 3 hits. That is 6 in total, but there's no AP on this weapon, so just needs straight force, which is the defense on these snakes. And that's a total of 5 failed saves. We'll take 5-up regen rolls to see if any of these guys can negate some of this damage, and it looks like only 1. That's going to be 4 more wounds that go through, cuts down one of those Robot Snakes, takes the wound off the other, and only 1 remains to counterattack now. Metal Fangs lash out first. They need 4s to hit due to the Shield Wall special rule, making them a -1 to hit. Only one of those will be successful, and that will be saved on a 3+. Whip coils then come out needing a 4. That's going to be good. This is AP2, so the save now goes to a 5, and this is deadly 3. Now I think we get this wrong here as we roll 3 blocks. I think we should have just rolled 1. We correct that moving forward. But I think the way deadly works is you try to block it, and if you don't, then it multiplies into 3 wounds. For this time, we just played it as 2 wounds, and one of those riders will be down to 1 wound remaining. With that loss in combat, they have to take a morale test. They have to roll a die for each toughness, I believe. So we roll 1 here, and then we roll 2 more out. And on a 1 or a 2, they lose wounds. He actually loses all 3 wounds and ticks off the board, and those can't be regenerated. So the Wolf Rider is now standing firm on that center objective. Over for the Robot Legions, the hoverbikes are going to advance forward, getting more units onto the objective, but staying 1 inch away from this assault squad. This is going to allow them to shoot. We are not counting cover here as both units are so close. 2 shots each from rapid Gauss rifles, and they're going to be hitting on their quality, which is 3. We do have 2 rendings out there on these 6s, 4 hits in total. We'll roll up a defense of 2 to block these normal hits. Those are both good. AP -4 on the rendings, however, taking this to a 6. That's 2 fails. 2 of these are going to be cut down. The hoverbikes then fire their Gauss pistols, 3 each, and those are all going to hit on their quality of 3. Just 2 up saves here need to be made. 1 will be failed. That'll be 1 more from this assault squad taken out. These casualties force a morale check on this squad, and they are fearless, so on a 2+, they are good. The attack walker then continues to move slowly up the center of the board, moving 6 inches, and he targets these Tri-Scorpions. He is first going to fire with his Gatling cannon. 12 attacks. They are in cover, so this will require 4s. His normal quality is a 3. And much below average, as only 5 of these shots out of the 12 find the target. These Tri-Scorpions have a defense of 3. So rolling out for these 4 saves, and it looks like 1, 2 are going to fail. And it looks like we accidentally picked up 1 die here that we counted as a fail, although it was not. And looking for 5-up regen rolls, looks like only 2 wounds will go through out of the 3. That will be enough to take down one of these Tri-Scorpions and put a wound on another. The Heavy Flamer then fires 6 attacks on 4s due to cover, and only 1 success. So a block will be rolled here at AP -1. These Tri-Scorpions will be looking for a 4. And that will fail. They will have a regen opportunity here on a 5+. And that will not be successful. That will tick a wound off of one of those Tri-Scorpions. Over on the Robot Legion's left flank, warriors continue to slowly make their way up the board, and they are going to once again fire those Gauss rifles into the assault squad here. 5 rifle shots coming out, no cover, so just hitting on their quality of 3, and 6s would be rending. There's no rends on the board, but all of the hits are successful. Defense of 2 being rolled out, and they're all good. This assault squad is going to heroically charge into these Tri-Scorpions. After giving it some thought, going to try to take them off the board, although there's only 3 of them. Close combat weapons have 3 attacks each, so 9 attacks in total, hitting on their quality, which is 3. And it looks like there will be 4 of those hits that miss. No AP here, so just rolling straight up 3s to block. And that is a pretty good roll. Only 1 fail. He will get a 5-up regen here. We remove this model a bit prematurely and then roll up for that regen to see if he sticks around. And he does not. The Tri-Scorpions are going to counterattack, and the Lone Stand has a Heavy Reaper Blade, 4 attacks at AP 4. And it looks like 2 of those are going to hit. And at AP 4, it will take them to 6-up saves. And one of those will be passed, one will not. So one of those brothers will be removed. And now the Tri-Scorpion Lord is going to launch an attack with his Harvest Blade. It is 2 attacks, hitting on his quality, which is 3. That is 1 success. It is AP 2, taking the save to a 4. Rolling up for a save, it is not going to be successful. And that is deadly 3. So it turns into 3 wounds, but the wounds cannot spill over. One more of those brothers will be taken down. They will lose this combat and have to take a morale check. The morale check is good, and they back away. That Tri-Scorpion unit is then going to activate on their own and charge into that lone brother occupying this objective. They are exhausted, though, so they will be hitting on 6s. The Tri-Scorpion Lord is going to attack first with his Harvest Blade. He does need 6s in order to hit, and those are both going to miss. The regular Tri-Scorpion then launches an attack with his Heavy Reaper Blade. 4 attacks, also needing 6s due to his exhaustion. And he will get one of these. It is AP -4, so it will require a 6 up in order to block. That does fail, and that last brother will be removed. Back down on the Wolf Brothers' left flank, these guys are going to just continue to contest this objective. They are not charging here. They have decided to instead fire their pistols. That is 3 shots, hitting on their quality of 3. 3 hits go in. Those heavy pistols are AP -1, 4 ups required, and all of those are going to be good. In the center, we have a rush being played as these warriors not taking full advantage of the 8 inches, but continuing to get closer to that middle objective. And that will bring turn 3 to a close. The Robot Legions are going to score Objective 1. The Wolf Brothers will score Objective 2, bringing our total score to 1-2 in favor of the Robot Legions. The Wolf Brothers ended their activations first, so they will have priority moving into turn 4. And these cavalry are going to decide to charge into the Scorpions down on the flank, trying to take them off the board. In doing so, only 2 of them were able to get in range, even after consolidations. And we will see the claws come out, 6 attacks in total at AP 1. They'll be hitting on their quality, which is 3. Total of 4 shots are going to go through, and at AP 1 it will take their defense to a 4, and only 2 of those will be failed, so regen rolls coming out on a 5 or a 6, they will ignore these wounds, and 1 wound will be ignored. Next come the Energy Hammers, 1 attack each, so it's 2 in total on their quality, which is 3. Both of these are going to hit. This is Blast 3, so it turns into 3 hits. But you can't have more hits than you do in the unit, which is 2, so 4 dice coming out. With a straight defense of 3, only 1 will fail, so a regen roll will get to be taken on that fail. And it looks like he is going to go down to 1 wound remaining. The Tri-Scorpions then attack back, first with that Heavy Reaper Blade, and will require 4s due to those shields that they carry. That'll be a total of 3 hits. And this weapon is AP 4, so it would put them on 6s to save. There are no saves, so that is a total of 3 wounds. That immediately takes down one of the wolves. The Tri-Scorpion Lord then swings with 2 attacks from his Harvest Blade, hitting on 4s due to the shield wall. That'll be 1 success, and AP 2 will make this a 5-up save. That will be failed. This is going to turn into Deadly 3 and take down another one of those wolves and take them off the objective. A morale test will need to be taken by this last Wolf Rider, and he is going to fail, and he is going to rout off the board. Down on Objective 3, the hoverbikes elect to remain stationary and fire those Gauss rifles. I have no idea why we rolled 9 dice here. It should just be 6. They get 2 attacks each. For some reason, we roll out much more than that, and I catch it in the editing phase. After separating the Wrens out, 2-up saves on the normal, all of those are going to be good, and then there's 2 Wrens out there, which are AP -4. 6s are required to save here. Both of those fail. Takes down 2 of the brothers. They then fire with their Gauss pistols 3 shots, once again needing 3s, 2 hits, and then just straight up 2s in order to block, re-rolling a cocked die here, and those saves will be fine. The Attack Walker is going to charge into the Tri-Scorpions, attempting to neutralize this objective. And he rolls in, consolidation moves are made, and he is going to make a stomp. The stomp is 5 attacks at AP 2, and he does have a quality of 3. A total of 4 hits. These Tri-Scorpions do carry a defense of 3. No AP on this stomp, and it looks like 2 of those will be failed. Will take regen rolls, however, on a 5-up. These wounds will be ignored. And that does not happen. That last Tri-Scorpion will be removed, and only the Lord is left. The Walker Fist comes across with 4 attacks, and hitting on 3s. All of these but 1 will be successful. It is AP 3, so that is going to reduce his defense to a 6. 1 of those will save. The other 2 are going to go through and put 2 wounds on him. He will take regens here, and both of them are going to be good. No wounds. The Tri-Scorpion Lord is going to fight back. He does need 6s to hit, and those will be unsuccessful. The Robot Legion warriors that have been hanging out into the center, they are going to advance forward onto the objective, and this will score the Robot Legions a point. And with that, this game will conclude. With 2 neutralized objectives on the board, the Robot Legions are going to secure Objective 2 in the center. That will give them a victory point, taking this game to 3-1 in favor of the Robot Legions. I hope you enjoyed this battle report of Grimdark Future from One Page Rules. I will leave links in the description. These rules are all free to play with whatever models you want. There's also a very cool list builder from the Army Forge that you can look at as well. As always, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much to the 2022 Coffee Supporters Club. Your names are on the screen now. If you'd like any information on that or other ways to support the channel, the links will be down in the description. It is by no means necessary. We will see you in the next one. Take care.